Greetings. Healthy lifestyle is not a health kick, to use Hepcat slang. So consistent behavior is at the top of the list, and so is great nutrition. Two things at the top of the list. This makes it hard when there's controversy about diet among medical professionals, but that says it right there. Medical, as in medicine. What does medicine have to do with health? Medicine has to do with sickness. It's not the health care system, it's the disease care system. Once you're sick, well, something to do with barn doors and horses. When you're very sick, medicines are good and necessary, but why did you get sick in the first place? Sometimes it's just flat out bad luck, but sometimes it is personal responsibility. And who wants to hear that? But it happens when we fail to realize that we are made out of what we eat. Literally. So if we're sick, non-infectious sick, it may have something to do with using substandard materials in the manufacture, construction, and or assembly of the body. A simple observation. There are three macronutrients: proteins, fats, and carbs. The body has never needed and never will need and will never use dietary protein. It needs amino acids, essential amino acids, which you must get through diet. The body absolutely needs fat, certain kinds of fat, the essential fatty acids, most notably omega-3. Other kinds of fat can be beneficial nutrients like oleic acid or neutral concentrated energy, and this includes saturated fats, even from animal sources. It doesn't have to be bad. But then there's just the flat-out poisons like trans fats or omega-6 in too high amounts, highly, highly inflammatory. Same with carbs. There is no essential carbohydrate. All carbs break down into glucose. You must have glucose. It's brain and organ food, despite what the keto adherents say. Your body will make glucose out of protein. On the other hand, the plant nutrients that come along with carbs, that is plants, the phytonutrients, you must eat these. Which ones? Well, that's a judgment call, but eating too few plant-based nutrients is called malnutrition. There are essential amino acids, but there's no essential protein. You digest proteins, break them down into amino acids, which you then build up into proteins. Alas, there are poisonous proteins commonly eaten, and that's animal origin. There's going to be an argument about that, but the book, The China Study, makes it clear. Same with blue zones. All things being equal, vegetarians live longer, healthy. Whether it's the lack of something good in the diet or the presence of something bad, the delivery system is either plants or animals. In moderation, animal is unlikely to be dangerous, and animal is even less likely to be a problem if it's thoroughly digested via properly produced hydrochloric acid in the stomach. But in excess, and when improperly digested, animal proteins can cause an autoimmune response, or your body designs antibodies to destroy any partially or non-digested alien proteins that have leaked into your bloodstream, so your immune system can learn to attack your own similar, that is animal, proteins. It's a theory, but it's one that makes a lot of sense. Likewise, there are essential fats. You must eat them, but when eaten in unnatural amounts, they become toxic. Too many vegetable oils, like omega-6, and you get a hysterical inflammation response. It is the scourge of the American diet. It is poisonous. As for carbs, there are no essential carbs. There are essential fats. There are essential, as it were, proteins, but amino acids. There are no essential carbs. What is essential with carbs is moderation. Of course, I mean bad carbs, factory carbs, industrial carbs, refined grains, sugars, concentrated and instant carbs. They wreak havoc with insulin, which is the master hormone. Hormones do four things in four bodily functions. They maintain homeostasis, balance. They're used in producing and utilizing and storing energy, used in production, used in growth and development. Remember it as HERG, homeostasis, energy, reproduction, growth. But that's neither here nor there. Point is, insulin is involved in all of these, and too many carbs, bad carbs, really messes up insulin. So what's the worst? Bad protein, bad fat, bad carbs. Animal proteins that putrefy in your gut and can get into your bloodstream. That's not very different from viruses and bacteria in your bloodstream. Or the bad thing is fats, bad fats, that can inflame you, or as trans fats that can take the place of good fats but do a worse than useless job, a damaging job. Or is it bad carbs that are the worst, that cause diabetes and heart disease and virtually all the modern black death of diseases associated with the Western and American diet? Well, pick your poison. It hardly matters. Most toxic, though, I think, generally, is bad carbs. Sweet poison. We don't have to be perfect. We should be sensible. In the Old Testament, the divine architect of the universe and Most High Lord God Almighty appointed 7 annual feasts for the Hebrews. Maybe that's how often we should indulge in these common dietary poisons, 7 times a year on special occasions. Pick a number, ballpark, 7, 12, 30, but don't be random. That seems like moderation. What's the thing you don't want to live without? That thick, bloody slab of steak, or the heaping mounds of ice cream and cheese, or the delicious, delectable sponginess of those sweet cakes and pastries, whatever it is. If you can't live without it, that's an addiction. People who have addictions are addicts. We know the outcome, increasing abuse and, well, knowledge is power. In this case, the power to reclaim your body away from illness, snatched from the jaws of death, and lead it into the glorious light of vibrant health, or at least into feeling and looking better. That's a good thing. Start with moderation based on common sense. I tell folks to make a list of maybe the 5 things you just know are dragging you down. You love them, but they're bad. Pick one of those 5, only one, and eliminate it. Goodbye forever. It's easy. There are 3 kinds of food, and then there's their poisonous side. Pick one of those poisons and dump it. Next week or next month, pick another and dump it. You'll get there. Have a great day.